Hello, hello, hello. It's Michelle Plug doing day 8 of the 100-day challenge, posting a morning video every single morning for 100 days and applying my background, 14 years experience of leadership and yoga teaching and styling to hopefully inspire your day. Today I have a somber tone because I was up off and on throughout the night. Because Minneapolis had gone back into rioting and a lot's been going on, as I'm sure you know, with the police shooting of Jacob Blake and the ongoing trauma of all of the Black lives that have been lost, over hundreds, thousands lost due to systemic racism, racial injustice, and police brutality. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be any type of expert in any of those areas because I am not. I am a straight up learner in these areas. I am an average white woman living in the burbs of Minneapolis, just trying to be an advocate and support. And I will probably fuck up a lot of what I'm going to say in the next few minutes because I am an imperfect human that's on the path of learning. So I know a lot of you are probably way more advanced in all of this than I am. So I'm not going to sit and pretend to be that. And I also welcome if you do hear anything that I say that you're like, wow, I think she could really learn something on this, direct message me and let's have a conversation because I'm open to being confronted on areas of my ignorance and I want to learn and grow and be better as an advocate for my fellow humans that are suffering. So I can though speak on something that I do have a background in that I think can be applied to wherever you sit, stand, and are in this whole conversation of racial injustice and systemic racism, wherever you stand. So whatever political space you're in, whatever religious stance you have, whatever opinions you have, I think that this is applicable to all of us. And it's something that I've been practicing for as long as I can remember, since I started doing yoga and meditation, and that is self-awareness. So starting to unwind some of these racial biases in ourselves through pausing, reflecting, and assessing. Asking ourselves really tough questions, and the tougher part of that is actually sitting in the discomfort of the answers. So journaling is a great way to go about this, but realistically, when we're confronted with a situation, it can be as simple as sitting at a restaurant and a Black man walks by. What happens in your body? What happens in your mind? How do you want to respond to that compared to when a white man walks by? What happens in your body? What happens in your mind? How do you react to that? And being okay with whatever answer comes up, no matter how uncomfortable it is to notice. So that's really, to me, what all of us can start doing to be a part of the solution is starting to build awareness, self-awareness around our own biases, our indoctrinated beliefs. A friend of mine likes to say we come by these things honestly, and that's true. Our part in this has been indoctrinated into us. So wherever we're at in the system, in the sphere, these beliefs have been passed down to us. These biases, subconscious or unconscious biases, have been passed down to us. And this is our opportunity to build self-awareness, to start to break some of those biases and move forward in a new way. A really great opportunity to do this and support really a Black female hero, in my opinion, is to buy the book Me and White Supremacy by Layla Saad. I know I'm saying her last name wrong. But a group of friends and I started doing this after George Floyd's murder. We made a group and we've been working through the different journal prompts since then. So this is all around like digging into self-awareness and how we've been indoctrinated, our biases, our beliefs, and working through them as a group and talking through them. So realistically, if this is something that you want to dig in on and do the work on and you want to be dedicated in that way, I strongly recommend getting the book Me and White Supremacy by Layla Saad. That's my attempt. And then remembering that while we're feeling despair and anger and rage and defeat and confusion and frustration and pain and anxiety and all of these things that come about as a feeling response. It's all okay. And we want to look at the problem in order to figure out what we don't understand, and we may never understand, but we want to look at that problem and not push it away. And at the same time, do the biggest challenge for our minds there is to do: hold space for hope. So looking at, what do we want to see instead? What's the world we want to live in instead? We need to be able to hold both of those at the same time, because this gives us hope and a purpose to work toward it, and this allows us to be fueled to get there. So as much as you can, reflect on what kind of world you want to see instead, and not ignore the problem, not turn your face and eyes and ears and everything away from the problem, but really hold both at the same time. Will be a really valuable practice for getting us to move forward. And whatever way you're working through this is okay. All right, that is it for today. If you want to reach out, please do. I'd love to hear from you. And also, I'll see you tomorrow.